Good evening, everybody. Good evening, mga friends all over the world, especially sa Philippines. We're live in Middle East, we're live in Japan, we're live in the US, we're live all over the world sa lahat ng Filipinos. And my name is Carl D. I'm your property guy, and welcome to the Passive Income Show, where we invite people and we talk about passive income. Yun naman yung gusto natin, di ba? We want the goose that lays us the golden eggs continuously. You don't want to make money one time. You want to make income repeatedly, many, many times. Work once, uh, sow it once, reap it many, many times. Hello, hello, welcome. So tonight we have a special guest, one of the most sought after go-to guy pagdating sa stock trading and investments. This guy is, I think, the most popular guy in the Philippines pagdating sa stock market, trading, analysis of Bitcoin, analysis of REITs, and analysis of companies in the Philippines. Very scientific guy, matalino, and he's really reliable pagdating sa information. He's a popular speaker here in the Philippines, a go-to guy, an entrepreneur, maraming businesses, and of course, a good friend of mine. Let us all help me welcome with a round clap of applause, Mr. Marvin Germo.
Wow, Carla, thank you so much for that very very warm introduction. I was shrinking while you were introducing me. So yeah, but I'm excited for this, and I hope that people learn a lot from this. By the way, I'm also like everyone else. I'm not really an expert on crypto, but I've been investing, and I hope that based on my experience lang, it helps people also. But yun, thank you for having me.
Marvin, I'm so starstruck. Guys, if you're like me, alam mo, napapanood ko lang si Marvin sa TV. Now, I have Marvin. Parang katabi na kita. Nasi-speechless ako, Marvin.
Sobra.
How are you? How are you doing? I know Marvin is a good friend of mine. We've been hustling since our younger days. Ako ngayon nag-hustle pa rin, but Marvin is now
Sobra.
living on passive income. So what's keeping you busy nowadays, partner?
Okay, before I start that, to everyone watching this, si Carl talaga yung idol ko. Siya talaga yung super 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 galing sa passive income. I'm just at home, no, like I think everyone else, because of the lockdowns that we had. Pero prior to this also, hindi na rin kami masyado din lumalabas when we saw before the lockdowns, when we saw the cases start to spike even more. Lalong we stayed at home kasi the new strain has been more, I think, more contagious. So it's better to be safe na lang at home, and siguro blessing lang din that I'm also like everyone. It's not I'm not compelled to go out on a regular basis. So yun, so I'm erring on the side of caution. Yun. So everything that I can do at home, I just try to entertain myself. Pero above and beyond that, we were talking kanina, no, you were talking about Bitcoin. I've been spending a lot of time, siguro di man a large chunk, but paggising ako, intentionally, I've been trying to research more on cryptocurrencies, blockchain, Bitcoin, and all of the other altcoins as well. So might as well use this time to be productive. And alam ko pinag-uusapan na natin itong cryptocurrencies even 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, pero iba na yung ngayon eh. Parang I've done a deep dive to see that teka, it looks like that it's not just being accepted even more, but I think it's gonna be the future that's presenting itself right now. So yun.
Marvin, okay, simulan na natin. Alam mo, sinimulan mo na sa Bitcoin, di ba? But first, I wanna say hi to Ralph Valenzuela. Ralph is a good friend of mine. Kasama ko kayo sa Men's Bible Group. And Dr. Noel Lapos is here, another fan of yours, Marvin. Is Dr. Noel, nag-usap yata kayo?
Yeah. He attended Stock Smarts. We did the Zoom class, I think, a couple of weeks back. And yun, he attended also. So, tsaka we were messaging in Patreon naman. So, regular nag-exchange some messages. Yun. Alam ko na sabi niya idol ka daw niya, sobrang yaman mo daw eh. Parang yun yung pagkaalam ko.
Si Doc Noel ang idol ko. Wait, what is Patreon, Marvin? Sa mga old school na tulad ko.
It's another platform lang where people can engage with you also. Pero mas limited yung community nun. So if you want to share items on a more limited or in a more private manner, Patreon is the way to go. Yung naging problem ko kasi is hindi, pero people who follow my channel naman know this. Pag nag-message kayo sa Facebook, hindi na ako nakaka-reply. So I told them to message me in Instagram. Pero ngayon lumipat din doon. So I normally get to reply to 10 to 20 messages lang in Instagram a day. Other than that, hindi ko na nare-replyan. So Patreon is a way to get DMs for those who want to send DMs also. And then another way pala TikTok. I started TikTok. Wala naman masyado nagme-message doon. So pag nag-message kayo sa TikTok, sure, mas malaki chance na makaka-reply ako. So yun.
All right. So yun na yung tip number 1. If you wanna talk to Mr. Germo, Patreon or sa TikTok. So Marvin, tingnan natin si Miko Maranon. Hi Miko, and of course Dr. Miko also. Maraming doktor nag-a-attend sa atin ngayon.
Wow.
Dr. Miko is from orthopedic, no, Doc? How's everything there? Dr. Noel is from Alabang. Marv, okay. What is cryptocurrency? I don't have an idea how it works.
Okay. How do you want me to explain it? From a super zero understanding level or a high level approach lang on what crypto is?
Since this bounce back network cuts across everybody, let's go for basic. Parang ano ba yan?
Okay. So to make it super simple, I won't explain muna what blockchain is kasi it will further complicate it. Pero to make it, I guess, simple for a lot of people, cryptocurrency is in my opinion a misnomer. Meaning when people think about cryptocurrency, they always think about na ito yung papalit sa dollar or ito yung pwede natin gamitin na magiging standard currency later on in the future. Pero sa ngayon not all of the items or tokens that are labeled na cryptocurrency will most likely be a coin or a currency altogether. So I guess the best way to look at it is it's digital money na you can transact it off the internet, pero yung difference niya sa US dollar, kasi pag nag-PayPal ka naman, digital money naman yun eh. Ito hindi alam ng tao eh. When you try to look at everything, ito yung pera sa buong mundo. Na have you ever seen, mali yata yung tinanungan ko, sasabihin ko, have you ever seen 1 billion pesos? Pero syempre si Carl yan, meron yan sa bakuran niya. Pero have you ever seen 1 billion pesos, Carl?
No, pare, what does 1 billion pesos look like? I don't have an idea.
Yun nga eh. So, yun yung gusto ko sabihin eh. No one has ever seen 10 billion pesos, 20 billion pesos because I don't think that there's that amount of cash stored in one area. Majority of yung pera na umiikot sa buong mundo, hindi na siya nakaprint. Ano na lang yan, wires of transactions na lang yan. Tapos wala ka naman makikita na gusto nila mag-transfer ng 500 million pesos, hindi nila wi-withdrawin yan. Either naka-check yan or iwa-wire transfer na lang siya, which are all digital or which are all digitized already. So, given that yung peso, yung dollar, yung euro, yung pound are all digital in nature, it's just that binaback up siya ng government na nagre-represent doon. Meaning, yung peso, binaback up ng Philippine government, yung dollar, binaback up ng US government, yung British pound, yung government ng Great Britain will back it up. That's what it gives its value. That if this is $100, bayad mo yan kahit saan, and the US government for sure will back it up that that's supposed to be $100. Yung Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, you don't have that. So that's what it is basically. It's an asset that is tradable, na para siyang pera, na kasi tradable din naman yung pera na may value, pero liquid siya. Hindi nga lang siya covered by any government in the world na nagbibigay ng value sa kanya. So I hope. Yeah, go.
But how can it have value? Pare, pasensya ka na. I'm representing yung mga people who are not in the know. How can it have that value?
Okay, that's a very good question. No? Kasi ako, I don't, sa ngayon April 2021, I don't think Bitcoin is a currency. So let's, to narrow it down na lang, let's just talk about Bitcoin first. There's so much cryptocurrencies out there. Let's focus muna on Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin is a currency. I don't think it is, but I think it's a store of value. You won't see as of now, April 2021, you won't see people na mag-order sila ng Starbucks tapos magbabayad sila ng kape tas Bitcoin babayad nila. No one would do that. The best way for you to look at Bitcoin is gold.
Okay,
Meaning,
gold.
Bitcoin is digital gold. You won't use gold also na pupunta ka ng Starbucks na magbabayad ka ng gold para bayaran yung kape na binili mo. No one would do that right now kasi the value of it is way more than what it could be pag hinawakan mo siya later on in the future. So, saan nagagaling yung value niya? Given the premise na I said that it's a store of value, that pag binili mo siya ngayon, at some point in the future, you can also sell it because it currently has a value. It's no different than gold. It's no different than a painting. It's no different also than a Rolex. Let me give you an example. Why are paintings worth 60 million pesos, 100 million pesos? Eh yung cost nun is a very very small fraction of it. Saan nanggaling yung 60 million na yun? That's my question. Where does that come from?
Because they use it to launder money.
Ganon. So,
but good point. I never thought about that question, ano?
Even Rolexes, di ba? Why do people buy Rolexes for millions of pesos? Eh yung does that mean a Rolex na worth 10 million pesos is really 10 million pesos? That's what people...
Rolex, minsan may gold, may diamond.
Mm-hmm. Pero when you add everything up, is it 10 million pesos? Is it 20 million pesos?
I've never thought about that.
Parang hindi naman eh. They just buy it because they know, I buy a Rolex at 10 million now, it has value. Later on, since I think it could appreciate in value, I can sell it also later on in the future. And ito difference hindi pala difference. Ito similarity ng gold, ng piece of art, tsaka ng Rolex. Bakit may mga Rolex sa sobrang mahal? Bukod sa sinabi mo na may ano siya, na may gold, na may mga pieces of gold.
Sabi ni Ru Lagramada from Singapore. Marv, kasama natin yan pag nasa Singapore tayo. Scarcity?
Yup. The rarer the watch is, the more expensive it is. Pag patay na yung painter, the more expensive it is. Bakit? May scarcity. Ganun din yung gold. May scarcity. Pero to difference. Yung gold, up until now, may namamahin pa rin tayo eh. Pero yung Bitcoin, there will only be 21 million pieces of Bitcoin forever na yun. And imagine how it will be when the last Bitcoin is mined. Ngayon, we're around 18 million Bitcoins already that are mined, that have been mined already. So, when the last Bitcoin is mined, there will never be another Bitcoin anymore. It's just saying na yung Rolex, sasabihin nila, 21 million pieces lang of Rolex gagawin namin in our entire cycle. After that, wala na. How much would the price of Rolex be kung ganun? In the same way, people would ask, wala naman nagagawa sa totoong buhay. Ganun din naman yung Rolex eh. Ganun din naman yung painting eh. If you buy a painting, does that have any industrial purpose? It's just really a store of value. And that's what Bitcoin is now.
Fantastic analogy, brother. You know, I remember 3-4 years ago when we were chatting, sabi mo, Carl, nagbukas ako ng account.
Actually, nasa Dubai tayo noon. We were in Dubai at that time. Tapos, yun, may sinasabi ko pa rin na budol ako noon to open an account. But it was one of the best decisions I've made. Pag uwi ko, I opened another one. Then, I placed money lang just for I just wanted to experience it, to be part of my portfolio. Pero yung nagbago the past 3 years ngayon, I'm really intentional that I just want to keep putting in more. Yan.
Guys, may nagtanong Marvin, what are your passive income platforms? Ayan na yung number 1, yung Bitcoin. Alam mo guys, you know, pag tinatanong ako, what is my biggest regret in life? One of those, magkasama kami ni Marvin Germo at the start of Bitcoin. Tinuturuan ako ni Marvin, mag-open ka ng account card. Ito na, we are together. And what did I do? I went to sleep in Dubai while Marvin was trading Bitcoin. What happened now? How much was the value of Bitcoin when you started? Nung magkasama tayo?
Okay, backtrack mo, sabihin ko lang din. Sabi mo sa akin, I'm too rich for that anymore. I don't need Bitcoin. My real estate will take care of me. At that time, interesting, bagsak siya. It was below $4,000 US dollars. It was below 4,000 kasi context lang. Noong 2017, dun siya nag-run up eh. It went as high as nag-10, 15, all the way up to 20. Tapos 3 months after, that was March 2018, nasa Dubai tayo nun. Bumagsak siya to around, I think it was close to 3,000. So, yun, hindi naman ako nag-trade nun nung may minute lang ako, help me set up an account and then help me put a few dollars lang at that time. Tapos nung pag-uwi na, doon na lang ako nagdagdag ulit. So, something like that.
I remember that, bro. Magkano na ngayon ng Bitcoin mo, sir?
Ay, Bitcoin is ano na, nagre-range pa rin siya, no? It's close to $60,000 na. So, yun, medyo pero ito gusto ko sabihin also. From 2018 to where we are today, bumagsak. It never went as high. Nasa 10,000 to 13,000 lang yan before the pandemic. Then when the pandemic hit, bumagsak ulit yan to 3. It only went up already. It steadily went up last year. We closed the year yata, wala pa tayong, halos sa 20,000 lang tayo noon eh. Ngayon lang talaga nag-accelerate ngayon 2021. So there's a variety of factors also that that may lead to that also.
Grabe, Marvin. We have some questions coming in na, no? So siguro on last note on crypto. So it's under category cryptocurrency. That's the right.
I think kasi here's what's interesting. Yung gumawa ng Bitcoin, si Satoshi, he intended to make Bitcoin as a currency talaga, na medium of exchange. Pero it's two things lang eh. Right now, based on the data that we have right now, it doesn't look practical, meaning mas mahal pa yung cost pag transact kung bibili mo lang yung mura na item pag nag-transact ka using Bitcoin, tapos it takes a long amount of time for the transactions to be completed. So yun na yung blockchain. May mga computers na nagva-validate, and habang may computers na nagva-validate ng transactions na yun, yun yung matagal sa Bitcoin. So based on its performance right now, I don't think yun yung gagamitin ng tao eh. There might be another cryptocurrency in the future that might replace it. Pero ang dami. Last na lang, Carl, before I head to the next question. I'm more excited about Ethereum.
You talked about it, no? ETH.
ETH. I'm more excited about that. Then yung mga kalaban niya, Cardano and Polkadot, I think that's more exciting. That's something that's a game changer kasi smart contracts yun eh. Smart contracts will change so many things sa buhay natin ngayon. I'll give you one example, Carl. Gaano ka interesting yung smart contract. Ngayon, pag kailangan mo ng pera, saan ka kukuha ng pera pag bibili ka ng real estate?
Sa bank.
Sa bank, di ba? Why do you go to the bank? You go to the bank because you trust the bank that when you go there, when they give you 10 million pesos for a loan, you trust them that they will give you the money, tapos hahawakan nila yung titulo. But you also trust them that pag nabayaran mo yung loan, they will transfer everything, then it will be under your name already. And ganun din yung tao nag-loan. Pagka handover ng papers, the reason why they will do the sale also because they trust that the bank, babayaran din sila at the time na nangyari yung sale. Smart contracts will disrupt all of that. You don't need a bank anymore to do a loan. You just need a set of conditions in a contract na pag na-fulfill to, okay, lipat na yung pangalan, lipat na yung pera. And so many things. Imagine an election na transparent also lahat na just using a smart contracts. Sobrang daming iterations that this will actually change and disrupt. So, super, super, super exciting. And the reason why I think feeling ko na hindi naintindihan ng mga tao pa sa ngayon because it's still a concept to all of us eh. Parang yung internet nung 1994, 1995 na alam natin na may internet pero hindi natin alam kung ano talaga siya. The only time we realized kung ano yung internet was when we saw the apps attached to it. When we saw Netscape, si Carl nabutan yung Netscape, MRRC, yung Yahoo Messenger na pwede ka pala mag-download, etc. When the apps for smart contracts will start to come out, we will see a new version of money soon. And yun, sobrang excited ako because this will change so many things. Super. And I want to be invested in it.
Marvin, so paano mag-invest? I mean, sa mga smart contracts niya, do you invest in the company doing that?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Gusto mo mag-invest sa smart contract. How do you do that? Where do you go?
Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot are smart contracts. There's a lot of smart contracts out there. Pero kumbaga, medyo lalalim na tayo if I explain. We won't be able to talk deep into this, no? Pero
yung mo naman ako eh, kaya ng big brain ko yan.
big brain move. Parang may argument na ganun na. Sige, siguro after this, I'll send some links here na pwedeng tingnan ng tao how they can open. Pero Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot are just examples of cryptocurrencies tokens that are smart contracts. Meaning, the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin is Ethereum, is a crypto na programmable. Pwede mo lagyan ng kontrata yung pinakapera, yung pinakapera na yon. So, yun. So, next step is to buy those currencies or those tokens. Pwedeng Ethereum, Polkadot, or pwedeng Cardano, or a list of other smart contracts na up and coming also. So, ang daming ways to do it. You can mine it, you can buy it off an exchange, you can use a credit card to buy it, then you can store it sa wallet mo, or you can just leave it sa platform. And that there's it's so broad ngayon that it has hit scale na sobrang daming ways on how you can get your own crypto as well. So yun.
Fantastic, Marvin. Marvin, excuse na, kukuha lang ako ng tissue kasi nag-nosebleed
Kaya
na
nga
ako.
sabi ko sa'yo, wag na tayo it's too...
Hindi, pare, big brain tayo. All the listeners here are big brain. They can accommodate it. Salamat from Ralph. Tuloy-tuloy explanation ni Sir Marvin. Too much wisdom.
Subscriber yan sa YouTube channel ko, si Ralph.
Si Ralph?
Oo, umalis na pala, lumipat kay Carl D. Joke lang.
Hindi, pare. Ano yan? Straddling on two horses.
Hindi, mas mayaman ka daw eh.
Pare, you know, si Ralph, he's gonna be big someday. He's a statistician. Pare. Lupit yan. Lupit mag-analyze yan.
Sobrang yaman, no?
We have a very good question from Nate Peralta. Best picks for smart contracts.
I just actually mentioned it. So I can just share from my own experience. No? Alam ko sobrang dami pa yon, pero I can say that from my portfolio, yung largest na may allocation ko will be Ethereum, followed by Cardano. Tapos you can also look at yung sa Binance. No, that's I think very very interesting also. That people can look at. Wait, I'll send the link to you. You can post that people can check that out. After this also, because at least they can research on it. Pero yun, that's the heaviest smart contract in my portfolio is Ethereum. Yeah, because it's anyways, yun.
We see your video about Ethereum. So ako naman, sabi nga nila, kung hindi mo kayang i-spell, wag mo nang pasukan. So hindi ko kayang i-spell yun.
Sobra.
Meron question from Wilson C, my good buddy also. How do you determine how much money should be in stocks versus bonds versus real estate? So ano ba to? Portfolio management?
Wilson C, siya yung magaling na siya the good mutual fund investor?
This is the Wilson, brother, how do I know?
Still stocks? Wealth sec. Anyways, that's a good question, no. How do you determine how much money you should put in stocks, bonds, and real estate? Number one, I'll share from my own experience. You always put in money where you're more comfortable at. So parang ganito, kahit anong pilit ko kay Carl na mag-stocks or mag-crypto, hindi mag-crypto yan kasi comfortable siya sa real estate eh. He will probably put zero in crypto because his specialty is real estate. Ganun din sa akin. So, the level of real estate that I will ever have will never match the amount of real estate that Carl will have kasi dun siya sobrang galing eh. A real estate in my hands might not make a lot of money as compared to Carl because Carl knows the ins and outs. He knows how to determine, okay, dalawa yung available, anong mas maganda, or tatlo yung lupa na pwede kong bilhin sa Nuvali, alin dito yung mas mabilis ko mapapatayuan tapos mas mabibenta kasi mas maganda yung location. He knows that. Ako hindi ko alam yun. So, first things first is, number one, you put in money, in my opinion, into something that you already know, may track record ka that you are better at already, that you believe that you can scale it further and earn more. Tapos, eto gagawin ko. Pag dumating sa point na yon that you're not comfortable already dun sa position mo, that's when you diversify. But I don't subscribe to what other people say that diversify. Kasi kung ganun, you don't build a specialty, you don't get good. Tapos you also don't, it's harder to earn at the start kung nakakalat kagad lahat eh. Mas maganda, meron ka talagang core. And then when you think that it's not too comfortable that you're just in one asset class already, that's when you start diversifying. So tama naman, a good counter for real estate could be also bonds. A good counter for real estate also could be stocks. So I think the difference lang sa real estate is pag nag-real estate ka, it will eat up a large chunk of your portfolio already kasi wala ka, kahit condo, wala ka na mabibili ng mura na condo ngayon. So, lalaki kagad yung portfolio mo when you get real estate. So, ayun, that's my answer.
Salamat. Uy, Marvin, share mo naman yung link nitong sa page mo sa Facebook so your followers can also join in.
Sige. I will.
Wait, tinay po siya doon sa chat natin.
Okay, sige, I will do that.
So
Okay, I
habang
will.
ginagawa ni Marvin yan, ako I'll try to answer naman yung portfolio in my point of view naman. Yung what's your portfolio? I agree with Marvin na kung saan ka comfortable. Like for me, I'm heavy on property. Super heavy. Siguro mga 9:1. Talagang 9, lahat talaga nasa property. But it's a decision that we made kasi we're quite familiar with property and we're comfortable with it. I think ang property medyo longer term. Wala siyang jackpot tulad ng stocks or maybe the cryptocurrency. Marv, are you done with the sharing?
Not yet. I'm still,
Okay,
hindi naglo-load eh. Wait lang. I'm clicking yung link na binigay mo, but it's not loading.
sige lang. Okay, you can go to the Bounce Back Network and then nandun yung share link. So, yeah, we have some questions, Marvin, for you. I'll try to kwento muna. No? So, we're talking about passive income right now. Paano nga mag-create ng passive income? So, later, Marvin will also share his thoughts on passive income. For me, passive income is two things. Property through rentals. Very slow burn. Bibili ka ng apartment, bibili ka ng condo, bibili ka ng lupa, then paparent mo sa gas station, or bibili ka ng warehouse, bodega, paparent mo sa people doing e-commerce. So it's also a store of value. For those who were here a few minutes earlier, paintings, cryptocurrency are a store of value. So property for me is a good store of value. Sabi nga nung isang wealthy namin na client if he puts in 100 million in property, he's not worried somebody will steal it kasi nandyan lang siya. All he has to do is one filing cabinet in his office. Lalagay niya yung title doon, ilalak niya. Safe na yung storer of value niya. And then, of course, it creates income month on month. Okay siya. Then after 10 years, 20 years, the value has increased significantly. Marvin, are you done? Okay na-share mo na. O sige, so we can invite your friends to ask. So guys, feel free to ask questions. This is like a Q&A. How do you buy ETH? Hindi ko ma-pronounce How do you buy ETH? From Jerry.
Ayun, I sent you the link. You can just flash that and then people can check that. That's one of the, so there's a couple of ways, no. Number one is so ginagawa ko nakahiwalay. Meron kang tinatawag na hard wallet, which is, sige, I'll send all of those links na lang para may copy lahat ng tao. There's what you call a hard wallet, where as in USB siya, na nandun lahat nung yung Bitcoin mo. It's in a hard device, meaning it's unhackable kasi it's disconnected off the internet. So if you want something that's ultra safe, you can put it into a hard wallet. Second one is you can get naman what they call a hot wallet. Sorry, cold storage wallet yung isa. This one is a hot wallet where app siya sa phone mo that nandun nakastore din lahat ng bitcoins mo or lahat ng cryptos na hawak mo also. Yung difference lang nun is because connected pa rin siya sa internet, may risk still. There will always be a risk that baka may makakuha ng phone mo tapos naiwan mo nakabukas yung app. So something like that it baka ma-transfer yung pera. So may level of risk pag nasa phone mo siya na wallet. Then two others is you can buy also a platform which parang broker na siya na pwede kang mag-earn ng interest, pwede mo siya i-trade, pwede kang mag-shift from different other coins as well. Then the fourth one, parang CFD na lang, you can just buy sell yung cryptocurrency na sinusundan mo lang yung presyo. So, di ko alam kung na-nosebleed ka doon, pero yun yung apat na at least categories in my opinion kung saan ko siya linalagay. So, if you have an intention na gusto mo lang mag in and out or gusto mo magpalipat-lipat ka, just leave it first in the platform. That's what I sent. That's what they could use. And then when they just really want to store it na hindi nila gagalawin, put it in a wallet, either a cold storage wallet or a hot wallet.
Galing. I feel so smart, no? Pati wallet pala, may cold wallet saka hot wallet na, no? So Marv, yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so Binance.com. That's step one. But last question before tayo umalis. Is it still a good time to buy? Kasi parang ang mahal na niya, di ba? It's at this highest high.
It's a ano you come in because it's so new, you have to be fully convinced at what you are getting into. you have to be fully convinced na alam mo yung pinapasok mo kaya ka mag-i-invest. In my opinion, that's how you should do it. That's how you should invest in the cryptocurrency market. Kasi kung hindi mo siya alam, hindi mo siya naintindihan, um, it's easy to be shaken eh. And for me right now, I'm just sharing this from my own experience that if it goes down, it does not really do so well. Kunyari mag-crash siya or bumaba siya to a certain point, I'll be buying some more. So similar to the stock market, no one knows how high or how low the cryptocurrency market will go. No one can guess kung saan siya pupunta. Pero what we can only do is come in based on our conviction. So ako I really think that I really think that Bitcoin will replace gold. I really believe that smart contracts is money 2.0, and I really believe that we are just at the start right now of what's happening sa buong sa buong digital slash cryptocurrency slash space where we will see a lot of things get disrupted. So for me, if it's high, it goes down. I'll just tawag term ng mga nagki-crypto, I'll just stack some more. I'll just put in some more. If it does not go down anymore, tas umakyat, wala na akong choice that I'll have to buy higher also. I last na lang, Carl, before I say this, and I hope people research this. No, I've mentioned this in a lot of my videos. The market cap of gold is 1 trillion $10 trillion US. The market cap of Bitcoin is 1 trillion US. So if Bitcoin will take a run up and beat gold, it has to hit at least 10 trillion US. And for that to happen, the price of Bitcoin should hit 600,000 US. So yun.
Crickets, parang di ako makarelate, Marvin. But I think the audience are understanding it, no? Siguro, Marv, tama ba tong mindset ko? Wherein, I don't understand it fully, but I'm gonna pull out a little bit of my portfolio and put it there. Then I learn along the way.
Yung to everyone watching, yung a little bit kay Carl, that's around 5 to 10 million pesos already. But
Dollars.
but definitely, para sa akin, you put an amount of money that kesa igastos mo pambili ng other stuff na walang value later on, I'd rather buy something na will be an asset. Kasi even if you might lose money in it later on, at least natuto ka. And aside from natuto ka, if considering it's a good asset, it may still go up over time. Pero yung mamahalin mo na rubber shoes na or yung katulad ni Carl, yung mga yung mga gadgets niya na sobrang mahal, 10 years from now wala na siyang value. So if tingin mo bibili mo ng gadget yon na tingin mo wala nang value later on, you can maybe buy the crypto for it instead of buying other stuff also. Yun. Pero I won't touch my savings. Kunyari, intended to for my emergency fund, intended to for other things, sa savings ko talaga siya. I won't use that for Bitcoin. It has to be money that hindi mo talaga kailangan.
All right. So Lexus or Ethereum?
Ngayon, Ethereum ako, syempre. Hindi mo kailangan ng kotse ngayon eh. I barely, siguro yung gas ko sa kotse for the past 14 months, wala pang 10,000 pesos. So, di ko pa nga napapacheck sa dealership kasi wala eh. Nakatakot lumabas eh.
Baka may spider web na yung kotse mo. Parang. Kasi, when you live in BGC, di ba, hindi mo talaga kailangan ng kotse, di ba?
Minsan, if you don't want to really be in contact with people, or kunyari grocery, para hindi mo nabuhatin, kotse pa rin. Pero if you want to walk around na may air, syempre, pwede ka maglakad. But, siguro madaming short trips yun. Wala yung katulad dati na long trip. So, that's why sobrang konti nung gas. And I think for 3 months last year, after March 2020, hindi naman tayo lumabas masyado eh. I think di nga ako nagpagas doon for 5 months or 6 months. So, yun.
Marvin,
so I'll buy Ethereum.
I like what you mentioned. Ito yung nag-sync sa akin. And to the audience here, I think this is a big takeaway. And dahil na natin takeaway, this is one big takeaway. Set aside a portion of your money. No, na you can spare. It's an extra. Mga how much yun, Marvin? What's the minimum to get my feet wet?
Okay. By the way, before I answer that, to everyone watching this, yung Binance coin hit $400 already. 400 US 400 BNB, this is another coin, 400 all time high. I think a couple of months ago 40 lang siya. Ako, pero hindi ko na siya naabutan na nag-pop up lang yung notification sa akin na nag 400. So wala lang. There's no minimum. Para siyang isipin mo yung, since I said na para siyang forex, kung gusto mo ng $1, 50 pesos. So whatever you want to spare, you can buy 0.0000001 something of whatever Bitcoin you want. So wala sa amount yun. It's like money na pwede siyang magkaroon ng sobrang decimal places, that as long as sobrang pera nilalagay mo, I think that should be okay. So it can be 1,000 pesos, it can be 1 million pesos. It doesn't matter.
Since you mentioned it's about like a forex, can it ubos your capital as it goes down?
Yung forex naman, mauubos lang naman yung capital mo if you leverage or if you short. So if you do not leverage or if you do not short also, then you're not incurring anything if it goes the opposite direction. Kaya lang naman people like forex trading also, kasi may leverage, may margin aspect yun eh. And that's where it becomes risky when it goes the opposite direction. Pero if you look at forex from a non-leverage perspective, kahit bumaba yung currency, hindi naman eh. Kasi I'll give you an example, pinapalit mo peso tsaka dollar, binili mo siya 50, naging 48 pesos na lang siya ngayon, meron ka pa rin $1. It's just that yung mabibili ng $1 mo, 48 pesos lang. So, hindi siya mag-zero.
So, ganun din sa Binance.com.
For everything. For everything. Pero pag nag-leverage ka, that's when it becomes riskier. Ako, I'm not a fan of leverage. Hindi ako mahilig I'm okay not to earn big as long as I don't lose everything. So, people look at people na nag-crypto or nagsa-stocks as people who are very, very risky. Pero, hindi the same principles that you apply in business, you can also apply it there, na okay lang kahit mas konti yung kita, pero basta hindi mawala lahat, okay lang sa akin. So something like that.
Interesting, Marvin. You mentioned hindi ideal ang leverage, no, pag sa markets. But in property naman, that's where you get a bigger gain when you leverage. So ibang-iba yung use, ano? Interesting. But before we depart from the...
Do you want to know why?
Yeah, why? Go.
Kasi sa property, sa stock, sa forex, sa crypto, the value of your asset can go low, can be lesser than yung amount na inutang mo. Sa real estate, that will never happen eh. So meaning, umutang ka ng, sabihin natin, yung utang mo is 1 million, you started off also na 1 million yung pinasok mo. Pag bumagsak yung pera mo na mas malaki na yung losses mo kaysa dun sa pinasok mo, you will be closed out. That won't happen sa real estate eh.
Yeah,
unless bumaba yung property value.
Correct. One last question from Wilson C. What's your prime reason why you use Binance versus Coinbase or Voyager?
I have others pero yung alam ko yung Coinbase kasi dito sa Philippines wallet lang, hindi talaga siya platform. I think I can't use it as a full-fledged platform, but I have others also that I use. It's just that there's so many things that I get to do sa Binance, that may liquidity pool, may staking, yung may savings sila. Pero totoo yun, yung sa other platforms, yung savings nila gives you interest. For example, USDT lang, I'll give an example. USDT sa ibang platforms, you can get 10-11% na APY per year eh. Sa Binance, it's only 6-7% lang. Tapos yung Bitcoin doon, pag ilagay mo sa savings plan nila, 1% lang. When you go to other platforms outside, mas mataas. And then, yun, my answer also to that is this. Nung nasa Dubai tayo ng 2018, yun yung unang inintroduce sa akin na platform. Kasi skeptical pa ako noon. So sabi niya, ito na-hack to yung Binance noong 2018, pero nung na-hack, nabalik nila lahat ng pera. So mas confident ako dito. So that's one of the first ones that I started, pati coins.ph noong 2018. Yun, one of the first that I started. Then but I started also more over the past months. Pero I kind of like it eh. There's so much things that I can do in Binance. Coinbase, I have the app, pero nakita ko parang wallet lang siya. I haven't really explored it yet. Pero I think for people in in North America, mas sikat yung Coinbase. Sa Asia, mas sikat ang Binance. Pero Binance is the largest, by the way. Binance is one of the largest platforms in the world.
Pare, ikaw na yung guy crush ko. Dami mong alam. Pare, so guys, for those who just hopped in, 2018 was when Marvin started cryptocurrency. We were together when he was opening his account. When he stayed behind, I went shopping in the Dubai Mall habang si Marvin, di ba yun, di ba?
Nalala ko ngayon, nag-shopping ka, namakyaw ka ng rubber shoes nun eh. Nalala ko yun.
Outlet store ako habang si Marvin pumunta sa isang friend, nag-open siya ng cryptocurrency account. So, alam mo, kung si certain guy meron siyang regret na hindi siya bumili ng Apple shares, ako ito yung regret ko. So Marv, moving on.
Lahat ng time may regret. Looking at it from hindsight, no, I should have placed more sa crypto than sa Philippine stocks. Parang ganun. Kasi parang may opportunity cost pa rin eh. At that time, sabi ko hindi, Philippine stocks pa rin eh. Pero kung looking at it from hindsight, kung dun talaga yung all-in, ay, sobra. Ay, saya sana. Pero yeah, ganun talaga eh.
So kunwari, yung place mo noong 2018, you can withdraw it now.
You can actually withdraw it anytime eh. You can withdraw it anytime. Pero ito
real money?
Oh, it becomes you can transfer to whatever. Pero ito sasabihin ko. Why would you transfer money from crypto going back to we call it fiat Hindi yung sasabi real money US dollar peso. Why would you bring it back to fiat? You're already in a superior currency. Bakit mo siya pababalik into something that's outdated? Wag niyo na ibalik. Nandun ka na eh. You're already money 2.0. Why would you bring it back to something very traditional? So yun. Ako never ako magtatanggal. Whatever I placed into cryptocurrencies will stay in cryptocurrencies.
So guys, I have a direct line, Marv. Usap tayo. Turuan mo ulit ako mag-open ng account.
Oo naman, lalo ka na sobrang yaman. Pag sobrang yaman na Carl D, na kaya hindi replyan eh. Na kaya
what I'm hearing is, kahit hindi ko masyado naintindihan, I think I should get my feet wet, no? I should slowly enter because it's money 2.0. I get it. It's the same as when credit card was introduced before. People were saying, hindi, ayoko ng credit card, iba pa rin ng paper money, no?
Hindi, tsaka ang dami pa, Carl, ang dami NFTs, DeFi, there's so much applications to it na it will disrupt so many things, pati loans. Imagine this, ang daming tao hindi nakakuha ng loan ngayon. Pero there are apps already in the cryptocurrency space where you can use your Bitcoin as collateral and then you can borrow a fraction of an amount in cryptocurrencies without presenting so much papers. Na kaya hindi lahat na may access to credit because it's so hard for people to borrow. Imagine when that gets unleashed. Imagine what GCash and PayPal right now is doing to disrupt a lot of things. Take that times 100. Yun yung gagawin ng DeFi.
Okay, I get you. I can relate to GCash. That's how I give my kids their allowance nowadays, di ba? Who would have thought, di ba? Kasi, di ba, I give them GCash, sila naman, they buy whatever with their GCash. Would not it be better to invest in the stock of Binance rather than plain ETH?
I don't think, I'm not sure if Binance is listed in the market eh. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're listed in the stock market. Pero if they would list, that would be very interesting kasi yung CEO nila super fun guy, super smart guy also. So I might kasi ganun ginagawa ko yung mga platforms that I believe in, like for example eToro listed na siya sa stock market sa US. I invested in that stock also. So things that I like, I would put in money into it. Pero you treat your stocks as a stock investment. Full disclosure, I still have more allocation sa stock market primarily because dun talaga ako nagsimula and I've spent a lot of time.
Sabihin mo na, doon kayo maman.
Hindi, dun ako nagsimula, and syempre to be able to build yung sa cryptocurrencies, it will also take time that I have to start investing into it. So yun, I still have more. But my plan also later on is to scale it up also, that it becomes it becomes larger also portfolio wise. Yun. Pero totoo, I have more stocks than crypto.
you have a webinar coming this May. Tell us about it.
It's a technical analysis class. It will be online live via Zoom. I can I didn't prepare for it kasi I'm not here naman for that, but I'm really here for you. But
Hindi, share
yeah,
mo kasi people
yeah,
might want to learn.
the link to that, they can just go maybe to my YouTube channel and then check the description. The details and the link to enroll are there. I can put it here also later sa chat. But it's a technical analysis course where you get to that's more for trading naman, which you can use for US, Philippine, and crypto markets. Kasi technical analysis is something that's spread across the board na pwede mo gamitin pang trade regardless of what market you are into. So yun, malayo sa pinag-usapan natin today. But yun, it's primarily a technical analysis class for those that want to trade naman the
Okay.
markets.
How many sessions yun?
I think it will be 4 days, 4 days, 2 weeks, 2 weekends, 2 weekends, parehong Saturday, Sunday. Done.
Okay. Para Saturday, Sunday, 4 sessions. Okay. Sa mga tulad ko na gustong mag-learn, kailan ka daw magkakaroon ng t-shirt? Yung may picture ng unggoy, gano'n. Wala ka bang merchandise, Marvin?
Si Will Dasovich yun meron dapat pero hindi na tuloy I was supposed to make something pero hindi So to people watching this and then you have a t-shirt store and then you want to collaborate, maybe we can do something. Pero hindi na tuloy So tapos hindi ko na rin naisip gawin. Pero fun lang din siya na habang may video meron. Pero lalagay ko dito Bitcoin, joke lang. Pero
Bitcoin,
that or stock smarts or trade well, trade strong, trade smart. I had na sana may long sleeve na shirt, may cap, may pero nag-lockdown tapos we forgot about it and then yun wala na. So to anyone watching this and then you have a shirt company that you want to collaborate and do something, baka pwede. But yun, wala as of now. April 2021 wala pa.
merchandise. Pero anong hayop ko? Hindi ka na pwede unggoy kasi meron na.
Wala, ano na lang, siguro picture na may kasamang Carl D kasi yun. Alam ng tao na sobrang yaman Kaya
loko-loko. Sira. Okay, let's go back. Back to topic. Okay. Sige, Marv. Last lang talaga to. Last na.
Sige lang, para sa'yo. Push lang.
3 simple step. I mean, dahil mong binanggit na about crypto. 3 simple step. For dummies. Like me. To start the Bitcoin journey.
It's just like a how do I explain this? If you just treat it like a currency, di parang nag-open ka lang ng PayPal, ng GCash account, tapos pinondohan mo lang ng pera. It's just that the difference is hindi peso or dollar linalagyan mo siya ng crypto. If you want to trade it, same thing. You need to open with the platform.
Finance yun. Finance.
Not that there's a lot. They can go the wallet version lang na para simple. Sa Philippines there's Abra, there's coins that they can try. They can go mismo dun sa hot wallet. There's a lot also. Exodus is one. Trust Wallet is one. MetaMask is also one. Then if they want to go to the platform naman, medyo ano lang, if they go to the platform route, I think it's more complicated. Mas kailangan siya talagang aralin. But it's easier kasi to transfer also because meron silang I think ito advantage ng Binance. Meron silang P2P. Yung P2P is parang how do I say this?
Yung sakayan ng bus yan, di ba?
P2P, peer-to-peer. Para siyang best way to say it is parang eBay na may taong may hawak ng Bitcoin, binibenta niya sa'yo, peer-to-peer na pagbenta. Okay. Or parang Shopee pero Bitcoin.
Parang Facebook Marketplace.
Something like that. So, yun, I think Binance does not earn any from it. If you buy Bitcoin there, it goes straight to the person who is selling it. Pero it's one of the easiest ways kasi to swap the money. Kasi in a lot of the platforms, you have to use your credit card. If you use your credit card, may conversion, may magbabayad ka pa ng conversion rate, may fee pa yung credit card, may fee pa yung platform, tapos may fee pa yung may kung Ethereum yun, may mga gas fees pa, etc. So I think it's one of the cheapest ways to be able to put in money. Pero the other platforms will also work, pero majority of them you have to use a credit card. Especially kung Filipino ka, tapos yung pagbubuksan mo ng app is not really based sa Philippines. And then I forgot, coins pala pwedeng GCash eh. So pwede rin that's also another way to do it. Pero yung limit lang kasi sa coins, they only have 4 eh. Bitcoin, Ripple, XRP, which is doing very, very well also today, then Ethereum, and then I think Bitcoin Cash. So, limited lang yung choices mo.
All right, fantastic, Marvin. Naging Bitcoin na to rin topic natin.
Oo nga, kala ko stock, Carl talaga.
Balik nga tayo, but it's really interesting, di ba? Maraming nag-wonder what's the Bitcoin all about. Parang may mga gumaganon-ganon pa, di ba?
Pero to share lang honestly, mas excited din talaga ako sa cryptocurrencies now than sa Philippine stock. So I'm still investing in Philippine stock, especially nung bumababa. I've been buying yung mga may dividends. Pero you do it lang because you know it's the right thing to do, it's the responsible thing to do, and you know that babalik din siya later on. Pero yung sa cryptos kasi sobrang exciting eh. Tapos nung nag-Holy Week pa, sarado yung Philippine market, at some point sarado yung global markets. Pero Bitcoin Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday bukas eh. So alam mo yun, kahit tulog lahat or holiday lahat, you can still be in the markets. So
when you say the markets, Marv, is it like you look at the charts, ganun, o talagang you're going in and out?
What do you mean?
When you say Holy Week, bukas yung markets, exciting siya.
Pwede ka magpasok ng, as in bukas yung crypto, pwede ka magpasok ng pera, pwede ka maglabas ng pera kung naka-stake yan, kumikita ng rewards yon, kung may kung naka-liquidity pool yun, you're earning back, please remember, yung din misconception sa cryptocurrencies that they always think that the only way you make money is pag trade mo. There are other passive ways that you just earn hindi naman interest yung tawag eh, but you get a return from it also. And that happens kahit sarado lahat ng market sa buong mundo.
Parang rental income ba yan?
Pwede. Carl, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. May mga 19% per annum. And there are others that are way more than that pa, na passive, na hindi ka nagtitrade. That's how interesting it is right now. It's rental income without marketing your place, without the other cost attached to rental. As in super passive. Tapos pag gusto mong ibenta, you can sell it right away also. Yun. So passive siya. Passive.
Pare, it's sabi nga nila, it's never too late to shift careers. I am now in my midlife, so mag-shift na ako ng career to Carl D, Crypto Guru. Pwede ba yun?
Hindi. Meron ka namang 800 million pesos eh. So parang at 800 million, parang lagay mo lang sa time deposit yun, okay ka na, Carl eh. Investing are for the little guys like me that
Guys, okay maniniwala kay Marvin. Oy Marvin, ano pa bang pwede ko itanong dito? Meron tayo isang technical question na stuck from Ralph, one of your followers. How do I read this? How can you spot the bounce back zone of a downtrend stock? Ayan na, basahin mo na lang, Marv.
Ralph, we have a lot of videos about it. Ganun lang. I just draw my support. Same lang. It doesn't change. Once you see the stock, for example, to illustrate it, nagdrawing ka ng support ng 10. Tapos regardless of what your time frame is, kung minute, hours, or days, tapos nakita mo hindi na siya bumabagsak doon, that to me already is a signal already that it's bouncing back, it's holding that particular level, and that could be a signal also for you to buy already. So ganun lang siya. You can use different variations. Minention niya Fibonacci, no? You can use moving averages to do it. I rarely use Fibonacci. I like drawing my own support and resistance. So I don't use Fibonacci on a regular basis. I only use it pag Fibonacci as a tool na Fibonacci retracements. Sometimes I use it when I see a stock na bumabagsak, nagre-retrace. Then I use Fibonacci for that. Pero in 98% of the time, I draw my own support and resistance. Yun. Tapos if it holds that particular level, when it holds that particular level, I start to buy. Ganun lang siya.
Okay,
Medyo
pare.
na-nosebleed ko. Yun yung mas nakaka-nosebleed yun kasi
Let me explain what is Sayonnachi.
pero
Nakaka-relate.
pero Carl, that's why na-realize ko that as much as I would like, I've been invited to talk about stocks siguro a decade plus na.
Yep.
My first book came out 2013. Pero what I've realized is this: as much as I would like everyone to invest in stocks, as much as I would like everyone to invest in Bitcoin, not everyone will invest because yun din may mga tao that when they look at it might be too complicated for them And then there are people also that kahit anong discuss mo ng real estate, hindi sila mag-real estate also. That's why you always invest in what you're comfortable at, what you think you're skilled at, because ultimately walang best investment It's always about what's an investment that will fit you, kasi ang dami kong kilala, bonds nga lang sila pero okay na sila dun there are people that wala nga silang investments pero naka-cash lang lahat, but you can't fault them. How can you fault someone kung meron siyang 100 million in cash? Kahit tulog yung pera niya, meron pa rin siyang 100 million. So,
Ano bang 3% ng 100 million?
Sorry?
What's the 3% of 100 million?
30,000? Ay, 3 million. 30% o 3%? 3%. What did you say? 3 million. 3 million.
So, pag may 100 million ka, nilagay mo lang sa BPI, it will give you 3 million a year. So, yun na, meron ka ng steady income. No? But if you put that 100 million into a 19% return, ibang usapan na yun. No?
Double in 5 years. Double in 5 years. So, hindi pa rin siya get rich quick kasi, pero, it's, yun yung boring way. Ako, my style is I just like doing the boring things sa investing. So, yun.
19% does not look boring, pare.
Hindi, boring kasi you don't trade it, you just leave, as in literal na papasok mo lang yung pera mo and then you earn every day. Tapos when it's accrued, you compute it, 19% siya.
So Marvin, I'll make you an offer. Nabanggit mo sa other video mo, naghahanap pa ng New Valley.
Okay. Nakita ko, may corner lot ka, nakita ko.
May corner lot ako. Why don't I sell that to you? You pay me in Bitcoin. Ano? First recorded, no, serious, the first recorded, but syempre yung presyo kailangan below. Diba? First recorded property transaction, it will get me into Bitcoin, diba?
Okay, I'll make you another deal. I will pay you in Bitcoin pero with the value of Bitcoin 10 years from now.
Hindi pwede. 10 years from now, hindi mas
lugi ako. yung pag nag 600,000 yung Bitcoin, laki nung
pare. Sige, yun yung the first ever recorded real estate transaction using Bitcoin. Ayun.
Nakita mo ba yung pinost ko kahapon? There's the first digital house that got purchased in the internet. 25 million pesos, $500,000 US. Digital house not even a real house. Digital house lang talaga.
Ang narinig ko yung digital art.
Yun, parang digital art pero to bahay talaga. So, pero digital house.
Pero yung bahay, fake din. Nasa computer lang.
Nasa computer lang. Hindi naman fake. Pero yun, $500,000 US.
You crazy cryptocurrency people.
Pero I'll let you know sino makakaintindi nun.
Okay.
Naglalaro ka ba ng computer games?
Ako hindi masyado.
Kaya nga, so it's hard for you to. May kilala ka nagko-computer games?
Meron, my kids.
Naka-age natin, as in yung mga games ng ka-age natin. Do you know anyone?
Yung mga games ng ka-age natin? Genshin, gano'n?
Call of Duty na lang, Call of Duty.
Alam ko yun. Sobra ka naman mag-judge. Alam ko yun, syempre.
so yung Call of Duty, di ba, pag online yun, you can purchase items in-game.
Yes.
At some point, may mga mahal dun, di ba?
Accessories.
Pero ganun din yun. Why do people buy it when it doesn't have, and hindi mo naman siya talaga makikita in real life? Ganun lang din yung digital art. Ganun lang din yung digital na bahay. That there's a group of people talaga that are so into it that bakit ka gagastos ng may mga kilala ako, family members na gumagastos sa app na nagde-decorate ng interior design sa bahay nila. Na ganun din in-app purchase, in-app purchase also. Pero hindi mo naman nararamdaman yun eh. Pero why do people pay for it? That's what I'm saying. So that's how you look
Okay.
at yung digital.
Meron ng theory dyan ng Harvard Business School. Why do they do it? Why do they buy things like that? Why do they buy digital art and digital house? You know the right answer, Marv?
Hindi
Is
ko alam.
because they can afford it.
Totoo, dami pera ngayon. Sobra. I mean, lalo na sa States, there's so much money moving around when they keep on printing stuff also.
All right, Marv, we're almost landing the plane. Nakikita ko na yung runway. Quickly, fast talk. What's your projection of the PSE by end year?
I don't know eh. It has never been my style to make projections. Pero I'm telling you what I'm doing now. The ones that are giving me good dividends. So, ganito. For those who are watching my YouTube channel, alam ko nadinig niyo na to so many times.
Ang dami mo na video, hirap na panoorin sa dami.
Hindi, ano lang. Syempre walang manunod sa akin. Mas gusto ng mga tao sila Erwan Yusuf kasi hindi ako gwapo eh. Kahit yung mga taga TikTok, hindi ako pinapanood kasi pag hindi ka gwapo, medyo hindi ka papanoorin sa TikTok. Pero anyways, number one, yung mga gusto kong stocks na nagbibigay ng matataas na dividends, the lower they go, I like it even more because it will give me a higher dividend yield. So, there are certain stocks then that give good dividends na kahit nasa ECQ tayo, they will still earn. The Globes, the PLDT, the Meralcos, the SPCs of this world, AREIT also, they will still earn eh. Number two, there are certain stocks also that I think are undervalued right now that when they will be battered because of all of the uncertainty, but after they will do better. Yung mentality ko naman dun sa category na to, second category na to, I'm willing to wait. Even if they go down, I'm just gonna buy some more. One sample of that is I like the banks, particularly also BDO. I think it's grossly undervalued. It's not gonna move up right away because of all of this uncertainty, but the largest bank in the Philippines is heavily battered. So I like to buy that. Third naman is for position trading. Majority of them are sloping down. So naka-cash ako doon. I'm not adding or buying to those portfolios. So I don't try to project saan siya pupunta, but what I do is based on the information that I have, decision ko lang, magpapasok ba ako, maglalabas ba ako, or wala ba akong gagawin. Yun. Kasi hindi ko control ano mangyayari sa market pero control ko paano ako mag-deploy ng capital.
I love what you just mentioned, Marv. No? So you do not try to predict the markets. No.
Yep, I don't.
Galing. That's a mind changer. All right, so we're now landing our plane. We're almost there, the runway. Meron pa bang last few questions? Ito Marv, pahabol about Sean, can you flash yung kay Ralph about REITs ba yun? About 33% to pay debt. What will be yun, Marv? What do you see it in the screen? What will be your sentiment?
Yung important lang naman sa akin kasi sa REITs is do they have the money to be able to, do they have predictability of rental that because of the predictability of rental, will they be able to give me the dividends that I want? So if I can get the dividends that I want, I buy it. If the dividend stops or it's not as good anymore, since REIT siya, I can always sell it eh. And that's what's nice about it. Yung pinaka-importante lang sa akin is the dividend yield. If I get the dividend yield that I want, I'll buy, I'll hold, and when there are signs that it may not be as good or it may stop or they've shown already that bumababa siya, I'll just sell and I can transfer. So kung ano man yung gawin nila sa IPO, as long as I get my dividends, okay na ako dun.
Wow, how much dividends do you get every month, Marv?
Hindi naman monthly dividends eh. I think the most sa Philippines is quarterly eh. So
Quarterly.
Yeah.
Then do you reinvest your dividends? O yun ang kino-consume mo?
May option na ako doon that I can reinvest it or I can use it. So ginagawa ko kasi parang you need to have this cash level. For example, Carl, for example, na overhead ni Carl is example lang 1 million a month. Carl yan eh. So feeling ko more than that pa. So at least kung kunyari Carl makes money from whatever his rental is, or kunyari ako si Carl na may money ako from my rental, I get 200 from my rental. I will use that to replenish agad yung amount na yun. So the buffer that I have for 1 year always, lagi siya nandun. Tapos doon ako kukuha every month ng panggastos ko on a monthly basis.
Very clear, Marvin. We have landed our plane. And before we deplane, last 5 tips. 5 na lang, quickly, fast talk. Where to make your money grow? Where to grow your money this 2021? 5. You mentioned cryptocurrency na, di ba? As one.
Ako, the best answer to that is what I said also at the start. Sige, kung yung question mo kung saan ako naglalagay, I'll answer that also. Pero if you're a person casually watching this, lagay mo yung pera kung saan mo alam. Kasi kung if you're just hearing this, tas pinag-usapan natin crypto, tas maglalagay kayo because sinabi ko crypto, you're gonna lose a lot of money. The ROI is in whose hand is it in? Meaning, if my money plays in real estate, it might underperform for me because I'm not Carl D. That's what I'm saying. So you always invest kung ano na yung alam mo. Kung hindi mo pa siya alam, then you study. Now, if you're asking me sa tingin ko may opportunities, I've been spending a lot of time US technology stocks because if you invest, you want to be in the right side of change already. So if you will split that further, anything connected to AI, anything connected to electric vehicles, anything connected to fintech. So if you want tangible examples, PayPal, Square, anything connected to e-commerce, Amazon, Alibaba, anything connected to EVs, Neo, Tesla. Lalo na Tesla. Tesla is not a car company anymore. Tesla is a battery company, an EV company, an artificial intelligence company. You will see this in the next few months. There will be driverless cars in the States because the artificial intelligence of Tesla is miles and miles above everyone else already. So then you want renewables. When I say renewables, renewable energy, solar, wind, etc. Ano pa ba mga gusto ko? Then yung mga normal favorites ko, social media platforms. One of my longest holdings is Facebook, and up until now, Facebook. Of course, you trade in and out of it, but my core position in Facebook has remained intact. So yun. Trying to think pa. Yun, top of my head, those are the ones that I've been spending a lot of time on. Then researching. Then aside from that, cryptos. Yun. Then kung Philippines, buy the ones that give good dividends.
You mentioned BDO, di ba kanina? BDO.
BDO doesn't give as much dividends. BDO is good if you want to just buy, and then pag bumaba siya, hindi ka kakabahan kasi BDO siya. Then when the pandemic, please remember this, sa Philippines, hindi naman bumagsak yung mga companies kasi pangit yung pamamalakad nila eh. Bumagsak lang yung stock prices nila, bumagsak yung earnings nila just because there was a pandemic that no one predicted. So when this pandemic is over, the ones that are well run will be even better, because if there's one thing that I do know, being in the financial markets for over a decade, well run companies in times of crisis get even better. So that's why you bank on the good ones na sobrang gagaling, parang Spectrum. Sobrang galing nung leadership ng Spectrum that they will thrive through the times. So something like that.
Thank you, Marvin, for being so generous with all those information. Guys, Marvin, pagbigyan natin si Wilder Friends. First question how much dividends are you looking before you buy? Just one last na lang.
The yield is more important. The yield is more important. So at least dati gusto ko 6 pero ngayon kung maka 5%, at least 5% ako, okay na sa akin 'yun. Pero that's under the context that meron kasi ako dati na matataas yung yield. Pero I'll say this also. Over the past few days and weeks, may mga companies na nag-release ng insanely high dividends. Metrobank was I think around 8%. Semirara, if you bought it at the time they announced it was 9-10%. DMCI is around 8%. GMA7 is around 18%. So, depends on what price you buy it. That above and beyond yung yung ibibigay nila na dividends, mas importante magkano yung yield, no? Parang sa parang sa property lang yan. Pwede mo parenta ng 30,000 yung condo, that gives you 360,000 a year. Pero the person who bought it at 5 million will earn lesser than the one who bought it at 4 million. So you have to be sensitive at the price that you buy it, not just kung ano yung dividend na binibigay nila. Yun.
Fantastic, Marvin. Salamat, salamat. So guys, if you appreciate Marvin, please type in the chat room any word of appreciation and encouragement. And for those na listening in sa recorded, please still comment some of your questions. Pag medyo maganda yung questions, we will try to invite Marvin Germo again for a session number 2. Alright, medyo mahirap si Marvin habulin. Mga siguro 2 years in advance ang booking. Kaya kailangan.
Di naman.
So thank you.
I was gonna say, pangarap ko lang maging parte ng buhay ng isang Carl D, because alam mo naman, they always say that you are the average of the 5 people around you. So dumidikit ako sa'yo, nagpapataas ako ng average ko, nagpapataas ako. Kailangan medyo tumaas yung average ko dahil sa'yo, Carl.
Lahat ng sinasabi ni Marvin, kabaliktaran. You are so humble, Marvin. And humble, but very generous and really low down, very down to earth, low profile. But people look up to you, Marv. We look up to you. Thank you very much for tonight. I'm sure yung manunood nito, you are very inspirational. Nakahawa yung excitement mo, which is what we need right now, yung positivity. So naka-excite. So magkakaroon ka ba ng, you're gonna have a session this May on technical analysis. Will you have a session about cryptocurrency?
Wala pa. I'm not an expert in crypto, so I don't want to speak on something that I'm not really an expert. I'm not really an expert on. But yun, I have siguro more than 10 videos already in my YouTube channel about cryptos, and then there's 2 videos coming out right now, 8 p.m. kakalabas kanina, pero you can maybe watch this after watching this live video, then may lalabas ulit later on 10 p.m. But yun, if you want to learn crypto, just go to my YouTube channel at Marvin Germo. Wala nagpa-follow sa akin, wala nag-subscribe, so parang awa nyo na. Yeah, please subscribe.
This is kumbaga yan. 100 million subscribers. Marvin Germo's channel is Ariana Grande level. Gano'n kadami subscriber. Anyway, good night. Any last words, Marvin? Good night.
No naman. Follow Carl's new video channel here sa BBN. So yeah, I hope that madami kayo natutunan. Thank you also so much for having me.
Thank you very much. Good night sa lahat ng mga barkada ko who are in the group. Thank you very much, and good night, everybody. Thank you, Sean, for doing the technicals. Good night, everybody. Good night, Marvin.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.